Okay, hallelujah and praise the Lord. This is Jim Wilson at Wtjr, and we're going to talk about taking the live local production stream to EE on the Airserver so that you can go live with it. Well, the first thing you have to do is go into the Live Source app, which is you go Start, Automation, Live Source, but I made a shortcut on the desktop. And you have two, on our card we have two extra video inputs. But I'm using one of them as a loop back so that on the automation screen, on this screen here, let me go there, that screen there, the Airmaster screen, in order to get this preview to work, you have to feed it in one of your unused inputs. So I've got the output of the automation loop back to itself just so that screen will work there. But so I'm using input number 3. So you'll see here, and I'm assigning it to Live External 2. I selected the Declic Duo 3. It has to be SDI embedded. Now you may be able to go composite, but I had already took our composite and embedded it to SDI. So it's what we're looking at here is 480, just a typical analog SDI signal. You know, it's not stretched. And then I just had the other on auto. So once you get that going on this screen, and then you got your volume level, that's the first step. Now when you do this, the EE source isn't going to work anymore, and the EE source is the satellite. But that's not really an issue for us because we're playing files, and then once in a while we go to the satellite. So here we are here. You'll notice that it's live now. This is the output of the HD server. And notice that it's stretched the live feed. This is actual live feed. It's a show here. We do Pray 16. Now over here on the right, you're looking at the secondary input, which is a satellite, but that's not on the air. I could record, or normally when you switch to EE, this is got the second channel tied up. But since we did a live external event, it's here. You also notice you have your audio setting, which looks fine, although I control the audio externally coming into it. Now, in order to see this here, and in order to temporarily make your EE your live feed, you have to go into Setup, and on channel 1, normally this would be channel 2 as the EE source, but I switched it to Live External 2. Remember on that other screen, I had assigned Live External 2 and started it. You got to start it. And once you do that, it shows up here. And so that's why this worked. Now normally this would be set in the channel 2 position. We're only running one channel here, by the way. I know Lifestyle and others got 2 channels, but with the server here, we're only running one channel. So normally it would be set at channel 2. So you set that, and then I left this format here alone because I believe that's what controls the conversion. In other words, normally you would say, well, I got to convert that to 480 SDI, but I don't want it converted. I want the output in the same format. So anyways, after you do all that, the way you go live is this button here, and the way you do that is you hold the left mouse button down and you click the right. Now I just took it off. Now you say, well, there's nothing going on. That's because the automation screen has stopped. And typically what you would do is put that in hold, or you would schedule this as an event, put a dummy show in there, or just schedule it as a EE event. If you scheduled it as an EE event and you had all the settings set right, you wouldn't even have to hit that live button, by the way, because it knows how to switch to EE. Notice it's went to standby. So I can join. You can always rejoin a program by, and look, I have that preview window up there set to the output of the automation router, not the output of the video server. That's why it's not tracking right now, because I don't have a distribution amplifier. In other words, in order to make this work, I need 2 video outputs on the video server. I only have 1 video output, so right now I'm running it to an external switcher. But normally, if I had 2 or a distribution amplifier, I would loop it back to make this upper left-hand window track. And it's critical it does track because, look, you're saying, well, you're still live, but we're not live. Actually, I can look externally to what you see, and we're on a black screen right now. But anyway, so that window has still got issues. But typically what you do here, if you wanted to start, like let's say I wanted to start this fill program, you notice it's in hold, you have to mark it as a start. You can always go back, you go start, mark start, and hit take. And now that program's on, and we can confirm that on the other screen. Like I say, that window's not tracking. I should have got that set up different beforehand. Let's see, we hit take. There we go. Now it's going. See, look up here on the right. Now it's going. Now we'll look at the other screen. This is the only screen currently that is going to show us what's currently going on over the air. But there you go. You see it picked up on the log. But since I hijacked the EE source, you wouldn't really have to use the live button. You could schedule it as a normal satellite switch, but the EE has been hijacked by that external live feed. And then you wouldn't have to do all what I just did because it would automatically switch to EE, and EE in this case would have been the live stream, and you could have scheduled it on this log. Let's go back to log and I'll show you. See these EE like here. If I have the live stream and I have it set up, I'm making the EE I'm making the EE the studio by using that by doing this. By going to this screen, starting that, and then remember you have to go in here and let's see, go set up and switching that to live external right here. I have made EE live external. Okay, regardless it's going on in channel 2 here. All this is really showing you is channel 2 of the video card, which is always going to be the satellite in our case. So, okay, so I did it both ways. We went live with an external 4x1 switcher. We've got automation on one channel, and then we have, let's get the automation isn't going right now, by the way. The live feed's going through the external switcher. On the external switcher, we have automation on one channel, we have the studio live on another channel, and we have satellite direct. So if there's a problem with the server, you can switch right to the satellite. If you want to go to the studio feed, you can switch to the studio. It's just a simple 4x1 switcher. We had set that up before we knew how to do it this way. There's advantage to this way is that it will allow you to record also. So if you do it this way, but that's okay. And they're still working on the external record or the record on a schedule function. We don't have that yet, but right now we record if you push a button. So, okay, well that's it for now.